Mauricio drives one deep to left field. Back goes Castro near the wall, and he can't make the play. Doobie! Mauricio Dubon spikes the helmet. Back-to-back walk-offs for the Astros, 2-1. Doobie with a big swing.
Astros, bang! 5 wins in a row for your Houston Astros. The longest streak of the season for a team that got its first sweep against an American team, not an American League team. And on top of that is now 11 games over 500 after yesterday's improbable victory over the Minnesota Twins. I say improbable not because of what the Astros are doing of late. What the Astros are doing of late is just making things really confusing. They shouldn't be winning all of these games, and yet they keep doing it. You get a walk-off win on Saturday where there's not a lot of offense thanks to Cam Smith, and you got a walk-off hit yesterday from Mauricio Dubon in the 10th inning after the Astros had to claw just to get to extra innings. Bottom of the 9th inning with the guy who sounds like he's from Game of Thrones, Joan Duran on the hill, and the Astros got him for a second straight game. Jeremy Pena walks. Jose Altuve fights a 7-pitch at-bat infield single, beats out a throw to first base by Carlos Correa. After that, Jeremy Pena's driven home on a sacrifice fly, and in extra innings, Mauricio Dubon hits a ball all the way to that deep left center field corner, and it bounced off the dude's glove. He should have caught that. Now, would the Astros have won in the 10th inning? I don't know. He should have caught that. This is getting crazy. The way that the Astros are winning in spite of all of the obstacles, if it wasn't already. Yordan Alvarez's right-hand fracture, still 80% as of yesterday per Dana Brown. Dana, it was 80% earlier in the week. I would like it to be 86.5% or something like that. Isaac Paredes now has a small strain of his hamstring per MRI. Joe Espada said he's day-to-day. He was feeling good on Friday when he was last asked about it. We didn't see him all weekend. Jacob Melton somehow sprained his right ankle chasing a home run. How does that happen? After his first big league extra base hit, he had a back injury in spring training. He had a groin issue too. 4 weeks he'll be out, at least. Jose Altuve got hit in the right forearm by a 98.6 mile per hour fastball. Spencer Arrighetti just got moved to the 60-day IL. He's already been out. By the way, Christian Javier's out. By the way, Hayden Wesneski's out. By the way, Ronel Blanco's out. By the way, Luis Garcia is out. This team is 11 games over 500? How? We know the answer. I think we're just going to slam this drop all season long. I'm going to turn things over to my favorite Warhawk of all time, 11th century kind, Mr. Warhawk McPriest, who had this to say in the amazing movie by Ridley Scott, Kingdom of Heaven.
God Wilson! God Wilson! God Wilson!
I mean, really, at this point, what else is it? I get it. The Astros have been there. They've done that. They've won all these American League West. They've been to the ALCS all these times. They've won the World Series. Clutch gene. Definitely in effect on Saturday and yesterday. The intangibles, all that crap. Still, how are they doing it this time? This is not me critiquing them. This is not me expecting the other shoe to drop. Nope. I'm loving watching this, but I cannot explain it. And as someone who has watched Angels in the Outfield, maybe my favorite movie, this feels more like divine intervention than anything I have seen of late from a Houston sports team. That's all I'm saying, Sean.
I think specifically Dubon's walk-off. That to me, that's like you said, it hit a Castro's glove.
It hit his glove.
A major league outfielder's glove, and just couldn't get it. That's a play that I think we all envisioned happening with Jose Altuve playing left field.
Which we haven't seen much of this year.
Instead it happened to Castro in left field. And yeah, that's the one. I mean, anytime you do, I mean, even like 2 out of 3 games, like in a sweep, you win 2 out of 3 via walk-off, you're already like, oh, wow, that's, not lucky in like a pejorative, but that's just like 2 kind of lucky wins to get. And for the second one to be that improbable,
It's insane.
you're just like, and you have all the, extra color that we got after a little bit after the game. And I think some of it was the talking point during the game of Mauricio Dubon on Father's Day, his first Father's Day as a father.
It was his first Father's Day as a father.
The most, again, angels in the outfield ass walk-off hit you can possibly have.
The father upstairs approved of the father on the diamond.
Yeah,
right. All of our father. This is Mauricio Dubon talking about the Astros and the intangibles that are hard to quantify. I'm going to credit God here. I really am. I'm not being sacrilegious. I'm not. I've been watching a lot of Righteous Gemstones. This is not me being sacrilegious. I really feel like something is going on right here, at least for this season. Here's Mauricio Dubon talking about how the Astros just keep doing this.
We know how to win. That's the thing. We don't stop fighting. We come in the 9th inning and try to make it happen. I mean, just that's the mentality we have over here. Great group of guys. If the other guy doesn't do it, the other guy behind is gonna do it, and if the guy comes in late, he's gonna do it. And trying to pass the baton a little bit.
Yeah, it's next man up. Hell, this is where it really is starting to get wild. So Mauricio Dubon's been here for a while. If you hear Josh Hader saying what Josh Hader said over the weekend, fantastic quote by him. Did not get this on audio form. The history of the Astros, dudes just do it. This organization finds a way to do it. Someone should have gotten that. That's a miss. Joe Espada, these guys just don't quit. They fight till the end. But now we've got effing Brandon Walter, who, by the way, looked really good. One of 3 rookies in the Astros rotation saying this after the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like the next man up mentality, It's just hand the ball over to somebody, and you just know they're going to pitch good here because it's just how it is. I mean, it's contagious. Seeing good starts from Hunter yesterday and Gordon the other night. I mean, it's just like it's easier for me to follow that up just because you see the recipe there, and then it gets the hitters on their heels, and they know they're not scoring a lot, so you just pass the ball over and rinse and repeat.
Brandon Walters given the cliche interview after the game like he's been here for a long period of time.
I was going to say, that's 15-year vet talk from a guy who we had to think about every time we mention his name. We go, wait, which double first name guy is this?
Right. Brandon Walter, not to be confused with Colton Gordon, which is 2 first names, and it could be Gordon. Some people are named Gordon Ramsay, right?
Gordon Gecko.
Yeah.
Fake guy, but still.
Gordon Gecko from Wall Street. That's a good one. Yeah. And then you got Ryan Gusto. I mean, you got 3 rookies at the starting rotation. And Hunter Brown, awesome on Saturday. We saw Fromber on Thursday, also awesome. 2 12 strikeout performances from them. The pitching's been great. I mean, that's the main reason for it. But they had 4 hits yesterday. One of them was an infield hit by Jose Altuve, which it feels like Altuve and Jeremy Pena have a ridiculous amount of those. And somehow, despite being down 1-0 in the 9th inning against the closer, who's really good with all their struggles offensively, they figured out how to do it. I'll give a little credit to Michael Schwab here for pulling these clutch numbers for the Astros this season, because clutch is unquantifiable. Well, I don't know. 20 come from behind wins for the Astros already this season. 20. They're 41-30. That's half their wins. 4-0 in the extra innings. 7-1 when tied after 8. The back end of the bullpen's great. I do not understand anything else. I really don't. It's bizarre to me that the offense is better at the end of games than it is at the beginning. Some weird numbers that I saw coming out of the weekend. They have the 9th fewest runs per game in the majors. They have the worst batting average in baseball with the bases loaded. I've brought up before how they have some of the worst numbers in baseball in the first inning I don't get it. So I'm just going to thank the man upstairs as the Astros keep on doing what they're doing. If you have an explanation for this, other than the bullpen and other than the starting rotation somehow getting the most out of what they have right now, Astros pitching coaches certainly deserve credit. Please let us know. Is it Jeremy Pena, who's having an MVP caliber year? Is it Joe Espada, for God's sakes? How the hell do they keep doing this?
Cam did it through the middle. Astros win it 3-2. Cam Smith, the hero today, as he walks off the Twins.
That was Saturday night. Yesterday, the walk-off was from Mauricio Dubon, who hit a ball that should have been caught to left center field. It wasn't. Astros walk it off. 5 wins in a row. Their first sweep of an American team this year. Second season. They swept the Blue Jays earlier. And this is even crazier. And you know things are going well for the Astros when Mark Berman starts flexing. Mark Berman, formerly of Fox 26, feet up in retirement, now more a fan than a reporter. Good for him. The guy worked his ass off for such a long period of time, breaking pretty much every single Houston sports story. He posts objects in the mirror, maybe closer than they appear, because the Astros are now 4 games back of the American League leading Detroit Tigers, which is a very weird thing to say as well. That's because over the weekend, the New York Yankees got swept by a Boston Red Sox team that just traded away one of their best players and started smearing him in the most, this is why I'm not a fan of the Red Sox anymore fashion.
Yeah, they got swept by a team whose fan base is now in like open revolt for the second time in 5 years.
Correct, because they traded Mookie Betts
for a bag of balls. Yeah.
Pretty much. This time, it seems like they got a little more back in return for Rafael Devers.
I also make that mistake where I want to call him Rafael.
Yeah, I know. It's because I overcorrected. Because I called Rafael Stone, and not knowing he was actually Rafael Stone the whole time. So, yeah, right now, if you take a look at the American League standings, guess who is right on the Yankees' ass once again? It's the Astros. They're a game and a half back of them for second in the American League. So going into the year, I think a lot of us were looking at the Astros and thinking, okay, win the division. Let's see what happens. I don't know if they are actually going to contend for the 1 or the 2 spot in the American League. They'd have a chance. But now here they are, which would make sense based off of history, but it does not make any sense based off of this year, given the injuries, given the guys that they lost this offseason that we didn't even mention in the first segment, Alex Bregman, Kyle Tucker. It's awesome. They deserve so much credit for it. It still makes no sense, and I need an explanation other than divine intervention.
I think even on like opening day, if you just took a snapshot of what Mark Berman sent out, I mean, the Tigers would be like, whoa. But just Astros wise, how the Astros, like the results of how the Astros got here, we would look at it and be like, that's not that surprising. Like, okay, they got off to like a pretty good start this time, whatever. But when you actually watch these games and you actually see, we know that they haven't gotten basically anything from Yordan Alvarez all year. The only time he played, he was a 200 hitter.
Right.
The pitching rotation is depleted basically in record time of, oh my God, went from there might be too many arms when Lance McCullers gets back to Lance McCullers has to be your 3rd starter.
Right.
And give you 5, maybe even 6 innings in his
you have a 6-man rotation because you're trying to manage McCullers' innings.
Yes. And then now you look at where they're at, and it's Colton Gordon, Brandon Walter.
See, I did the same thing.
Giving interviews like the ones we played.
They sound like veterans.
Last segment where it's like, man, you just try to pass the baton, like
just take it one game at a time, next man up.
And it really is incredible. It is like the ultimate like next man up kind of thing, which I think the next man up thing is kind of ridiculous. Like every team says it. It's not
every team says it, but this team actually is about it. Yet it doesn't make any sense.
No, because other than Pena and Paredes, and I guess Jake Myers, no one's having like a, oh my God, like this is an incredible type season. I guess
Jeremy Pena.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
Pena and Paredes have exceeded expectations. Myers too, but even Myers, like he hasn't cooled off, but he's not driving these wins.
Right, you're right. You're right. I mean, with Paredes has exceeded all expectations.
Yes.
By the way, he's hurt.
That too.
He's
That
hurt.
too. He didn't play this weekend.
He didn't play this weekend. They got a sweep. That's the other development. I mean, he said he was fine on Friday. They got an MRI. All right, but he didn't even play this weekend.
Yeah.
Pena has been. No one could have seen this from Pena. Pena looks like the best player in baseball right now.
Yeah.
You could make a strong case for him as MVP. It's going to be tough for him to be an all-star because he's got to overcome. He's an Astro in the vote. And on top of that, there are other great shortstops out there. This is his really first year being awesome.
Yeah.
But he has been awesome. But right after that, like Cam Smith's been okay.
Yeah, Cam Smith's been good. Like, I'm just saying relative to expectations,
Right.
too. Like, he's exceeded the expectations, I'd say, just given the levels that he was going to have to skip to be a major leaguer. Like, oh, if you just, again, take a snapshot of what his stats are right now and you showed it to me on opening day, I'd be like, wow, okay. Right. I mean, Altuve's been meh.
Altuve's been he's been good enough.
He's been good enough, but he's
not as good as we expected.
Yes, he's had hot. I guess he's just been very hot and very cold. I mean, Christian Walker, he's still getting compared to Jose Abreu. Yander Diaz has been
last year.
Has been better as of late.
But last year he was so much better than this year.
Yes, exactly.
It's wild. And yes, they have great pitching in the bullpen. But I mean, does that really mask all of this?
Yeah. I mean, I guess when you have two starters that you feel really good about with Fromber and Brown, you have a back end of the bullpen, which has I mean, at least for haters, has pitched like he's paid to pitch. You can start seeing the okay, this is how they win a bunch of low score games, which is what they're doing. And really what this weekend series was the pitching and the defense giving the offense enough time to score 2 runs and win the game. That's like what they did. Whereas just, hey, we just need to hold down the fort long enough to the 6th inning when these guys can start hitting and maybe they score 3 runs. What a crazy recipe to win games.
That's so nuts.
It's like the 2000 Ravens.
I
just
mean,
like, we need to score on defense. If the Astros could score while pitching, that'd really help.
I'm going to make an even more rash comparison. It's like Thermopylae. I mean, you got 300 Spartans defending against 26,000 Persians. And I'm guessing the Persians are just massive P words. I mean, you're just basically sitting here waiting. You're waiting for everyone to come back from injury. And it's like not the 300 because the 300 just stood there. It's as if you are advancing on the 26,000 Persians with your 300-man army of Spartans. It's awesome to see. It does feel like it's impossible to sustain this, but then look at their schedule the rest of the first half. They're playing all jamokes. Like all these teams that they play outside of the Phillies and Dodgers suck. They're about to play the A's. You know, there's a road trip on the West Coast where I feel totally comfortable going to bed early for each of these games because 1, I trust the Astros bullpen, and 2, the Astros, for whatever reason, they score in the 7th, 8th, and 9th. Yeah. So even though I might miss all of the fun parts of the games, I could go to bed with the Astros down 2-0 against the A's or 3-0 against the Angels. And I'm like, yeah, they'll probably win, which is a stupid, idiotic thing to think unless you just believe in divine intervention. And that's really what it always comes back to with this team. We've been playing this drop a lot over the last week and a half. Please explain this other than with the idea that God is now smiling on a team that was the disgrace of baseball not too long ago.
God wills it. God wills it.
God wills it. I mean, it's wild. I don't know if someone did a deal with maybe the the guy downstairs. Maybe Satan wills it. I don't know. I don't know. But whatever is happening,
Yeah.
I'm appreciating
Not to be extreme, but either God is willing it or they made a deal with the devil.
it. Yeah.
Not to be extreme.
I'd be cool with them making a deal with the devil.
And we also compared them to 300 and the 2000 Ravens.
We do what we got to do. The 2000 Ravens. What other teams like
Where it's
Iowa
like,
football?
Hey, yeah, Dilfer, we only need 13 tonight.
Yeah,
All right.
If Ray Lewis is going to score a touchdown,
Yeah.
Ed Reed might too.
Yeah. Hey, Christian Walker, 0 for 4 is good because we got this.
We got this. Your defense, it's like
Appreciate it.
it's like a hit. So if you actually use 1 for 5 with all the putouts he
Oh
made.
my God. Did we talk about, it might have been on Friday's show where you talked about the Christian Walker All-Star graphic.
Yes. Oh boy. You know what? No, things are too good right now.
Okay.
Things are too good. A couple of texts, most interactive sports talk show in town. 409. Well, Paul, if you look at the back of the baseball card, you would know. That's so stupid, but it's true. It actually is true. Like, the only reason to believe that they're doing this is history. If we're being frank, divine intervention, all that. We're joking. History is the only reason to think, yeah, this will keep on happening. And that's what leads to, of all people, not just Mauricio Dubon, but Brandon Walter talking about it after the game. Like, yep, next man up,
Yeah, this is what, and the hater one, which is awesome.
The hater quote.
Dudes just do it.
Dudes just do it. It is a fantastic line. The specific quote. I wish that somebody was recording for this. The history of the Astros, dudes just do it. This organization finds a way to do it. And they continue to be everyone's father in the American League. That's right. Speaking of, anyone see Mauricio Dubon with the power of fatherhood on his side with his walk-off? Should have been caught by a Twins outfielder, but it bounced off his glove hit to win yesterday's game. This got me a little emotional, not going to lie.
First Father's Day for you. You did it with that blue bat, too. Are you getting emotional on me? What are you feeling? Are you thinking about him?
Oh, my goodness. And credit to me, I did not make Father's Day about myself. I'm a cat dad after all, and I mean, technically stepfather to 3 cats and 2 other dogs, I didn't make Father's Day about myself yesterday. I don't know about all the single moms out there that sometimes do that. Some of the single moms sometimes do that on social media. It's like, relax. But Mauricio Dubon, the power of fatherhood, it was on his side. And whether it's divine intervention, deal with the devil, or history, or the back of the baseball card, the Astros keep on winning. 713
do it.
780-3776 to call it, to text it. YouTube at ESPN Houston, Twitch at ESPN 975. The Dubon walk-off was funny. Can we play that one more time, Sean? Because Jeff Blum really wanted to get into the doobie there. It was a premature doobie.
Mauricio drives one deep to left field. Back goes Castro near the wall, and he can't make the play. Doobie! Mauricio Dubon spikes the helmet. Back-to-back walk-ons for the Astros. 2-1.
It actually worked.
Doobie with a big swing.
Jeff waited for Todd to take a breath, stepped in.
Yes.
But then the rest of the call, Todd's mic was a little bit lower level than
yes.
It's fine. I'm cool with it.
Yes.
Fun.
He also kind of stepped on the Cam Smith one too. But
Hey.
they're both good. No, they both end up being good calls, but they're not textbok. That's all I'll say. They're not like the textbook.
We went to broadcasting schools. That's right.
Yeah.
John went to Texas. I went to Q's.
Yeah. Lay out a little bit, Blummer. Right.